I'm joined by Arash Aramesh, Middle East analyst at Stanford University Law School in California. Arash, it was a passionate speech. He's obviously trying to gain the initiative there. But is there a sense that he's sort of been held to ransom, if you like, by Vladimir Putin of Russia? This deal of there'll be no chemical weapons stockpile handed over unless there's a confirmation that there'll be no military strikes.
The president was dealt a pretty tough hand to begin with. He tried really hard to stay away from the Syrian civil war. But then when he made it clear that the use of chemical weapons or weapons of mass destruction will be his red line, he had no other option but to take action against Syria, or at least announce that he was going to take action against Syria. Yesterday, when John Kerry and Sergei Lavrov reached this sort of groundbreaking deal, or sort of preliminary agreement to get rid of all Syrian weapons of mass destruction, and especially chemical weapons, even some skeptics seem to be happy about it. But here's a problem. We all agree that these weapons have to be destroyed, and the Syrians are now saying that they're going to allow inspectors in. But they're not telling us exactly how these weapons are going to be stored, are going to be monitored, inspected, and then destroyed. Are they going to allow about 1,000 weapons inspectors from the United Nations ONSCOM in the country? Are they going to allow inspectors to inspect some of the most sensitive military bases in Damascus and other places? And what about the parts of the country that are just completely in a complete civil war? So these are real problems and real issues. Some skeptics believe that Putin is just buying time for Assad, and that may be a real scenario here. Again, the president did not rule out the possibility of military option, as he shouldn't have, and he is still going to Congress to get a vote. With or without the vote, the president is authorized and has legal authorization to take limited strikes against someone like Assad and the Syrian regime.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin's sincerity, I guess, has really been called into question now, especially when the UK, the US and France as well take another resolution to the UN. What way will Russia vote on that?
Well, I would assume that Russia, perhaps China too, will come up with every possible excuse not to go ahead with a full condemnation of Syria in the United Nations Security Council. We have to wait and see what happens. But again, is it possible for the Syrians to fully and completely, in good faith, to cooperate with the international community? Yeah, it is possible. Is it likely? I do not think so. It's probably highly unlikely for them to go ahead with this plan. Again, most of the international community, the free world, really doesn't trust this Russian leadership, nor do they trust the Syrian leadership and the government of Bashar al-Assad. So we have to see what happens. But again, the possibility of getting a universal Security Council vote against Assad with Russian and Chinese support is pretty dim.
Arash Aramesh, very good to speak to you on Sky World News. Thank you.